Hi, I'm Beth with the Wisconsin Progressive Alliance, and we're here at Governor Walker's office turning in statements and describing how we feel about Foxconn, the deal. And what our main goal is to request a town hall in the Kenosha area and to get some of the legislators and Governor Walker himself to attend and actually listen to the people that they represent, hear their opinions, and see how people really feel about this. So I'm here with some people who are willing to share what they've told the governor and what their feelings are on Foxconn. We're going to start with Sean, and I'm going to flip the camera around so you can talk to him.
Am I on?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Sean McNulty with Wisconsin Progressive Alliance. I have a lot of concerns about Foxconn, but my biggest probably is the assumptions that they're making about job creation and longevity of the jobs. The nonpartisan legislative analysis said that the state wouldn't break even on this deal for 25 years, which is eternity in modern business, much less the technology industry. The odds that this factory would still exist or still need to be making LCD screens in that time frame seems fairly low, and I don't think that that's being addressed. Also, frankly, I'm concerned about the placement of the plants. There's fairly low unemployment in this part of the state, particularly in the kind of skilled jobs, trained workers they're looking for, which means there's probably going to be a fair number of Illinois workers that Wisconsin will be paying for, assuming that they aren't overseas workers brought in on visas, which happens in the tech industry all the time. So, I don't know. I would just like to see some more public discussion about this before we commit what is an extremely large amount of money from those taxpayers.
Hi, I'm Debbie McNulty, and the main reason I came down here today was because I wanted to ask Governor Walker to please hold a town hall so the people of Wisconsin can ask questions and also express their concerns about the Foxconn deal. My main concern right now is just that there are so many things that are not nailed down. There are so many things that are being left to chance, and I'm not comfortable with that. There are lots of issues around where the workers are going to come from. There's environmental concerns, both with how Foxconn will affect the drinking water in the area that the plant goes into, but also how it's going to just affect our tourism with our natural resources. My main concern right now is I feel like the people of Wisconsin are not really getting a fair chance to ask their questions and to let their concerns be heard. And I feel like this is moving really fast. I guess I would like to see it slow down a little bit. Because it's such a big amount of money that we're spending, I think it's really important that we just be cautious and make sure that we get the best possible deal for Wisconsin. So yeah.
Thanks, Linda. Got someone else coming in just a sec.
This is the line. Hi, I'm Linda Kessel, and I'm here at the state capitol outside the governor's office. We just went there to express our request for a town hall on Foxconn because the public really has not had an opportunity to weigh in on this. They had some option for the public to speak at the assembly hearing, and it only turned out to be an hour and a half for public comments, and it was late at night, so that's just not sufficient for something that's going to cost us $3 billion for the next 25 years. My concerns about Foxconn are worker protections, environmental protections, and taxpayer protections, because I think that the state is really overextending itself in providing $3 billion to an employer from outside of the United States who has a terrible record on coming through on their promises. I'm just afraid we're going to get stiffed on this, and we're going to get stiffed by a lot. I know that Governor Walker wants to fulfill his promise on jobs, the one that he made 7 years ago, but we are not going to buy jobs for Wisconsin. That's not fulfilling his promise. So that's my piece. Thank you.
Is Linda, if you want to talk? Okay, we're getting the next person.
You might have to do 3 or 4 takes.
It's live.
What's that?
It'll be live, so.
It's live? Oh, it's live. Oh my goodness. Okay. Before you start. Is it live now?
Maybe. Don't worry. There's like
What do you want me
what you would say to Governor Walker and what your thoughts are on Foxconn.
Okay. Name, where I live, or...
And your name. Yeah. Okay, ready?
I'm Brian Cole, and I'm here standing outside Governor Walker's office. And message I'd like to give to him, I'm concerned about the Foxconn deal coming to Madison. Very concerned that there hasn't been public comment or input onto the agreement. I've seen a lot of numbers floating around, I have a lot of questions on that. The numbers just don't seem to make sense. I've heard there's going to be a 25-year break-even period. I'm just wondering how that really is good for Wisconsin in that time period. I'm not sure I'll be here in 25 years, but to see the break-even. Another concern I've got is the quality of jobs and how many jobs there are going to really be. Is there enough to staff that in the area? So I would like to strongly suggest there be an open public town hall for questions and answers where we can get a lot of these things addressed from the public. So, thank you very much.
I'm gonna do one too. Hi, I'm Beth Allman. I'm a fellow Wisconsinite, and I have a few things to consider as well. First, I love our state, and I want what's best for it. And I think we just need to consider what Foxconn is going to do to the local environment. We only get one environment, we only get one water supply. So if we waive environmental impact studies, if we waive examining exactly what this is going to do to the local area, I don't think that's really respecting our great state and the people in it. Another thing to consider, we've all mentioned the study that showed we won't even break even for 25 years. As a young adult living in Wisconsin, I plan to have kids in the next few years. My kids may be done with college before Wisconsin even breaks even on Foxconn. And they're the ones that are really going to inherit this. I mean, I'll be paying for this too, my adult life, but we won't even see a profit until my kids are adults, and they're not even born yet. So that truly concerns me. We need to look at what kind of protections we're giving the workers, if they're going to be able to feed their families off the wages, because everything I've seen so far indicates that the average wage is about, between $9.20 and $10 an hour. So we need to look at that as well, and what are we doing to the people of Wisconsin who takes the jobs, and it may not even be Wisconsinites who are taking these jobs. So there's just so many things to look at, and we're rushing it through without having a thorough conversation about this, without taking people's comments about this, without answering these key questions. And I want to know why. Why are we rushing it through so fast when people aren't giving a chance to have their questions answered? Is there a reason this needs to be rushed? Is there a reason that we're not having a debate on this, that we're not having a discussion on this, that people in our state's opinions aren't being heard on this? Is there some other reason that this isn't being listened to? So why I'm here is asking Governor Walker for the town hall in the area that's going to be most impacted by this, but that is open to all Wisconsinites, and for him to just listen to the people he is supposed to be representing, and for our state legislature to do the same thing, to not read off some talking points, but to truly listen to people. We had a meeting with where they voted on amendments, and all amendments were shot down. People who were there said that those with a majority weren't even really listening to the concerns or why the amendments are being brought up. Amendments like, how are we going to protect the workers? How are we going to ensure that they get a living wage? How are we going to ensure that these jobs aren't turned into, automated jobs in 5 years and guarantee we get our money back if that's the case? How do we know we're not just giving money over for jobs that may never be created? So these are things that were proposed that were shot down without much conversation. So these are things we need to consider and listen to. And all we're truly asking for is to be listened to have the other side explained in an open forum, and for people to have an open mind about what our questions are. I thank you guys for watching. We're going to cut it off now, but feel free to continue posting questions and comments and sharing this and giving us your own take on it because we want to hear what you think. Thank you. Bye.